discussed about Hillary Clinton with the emails and the multiple private servers. And it was very, very clear from his conversation that in almost any other circumstance, this would have absolutely risen to the level of an indictment and a prosecution. So now I understand the House Republicans are going to question the FBI director, and I want to get your thoughts on that. And what do you actually think happened? Because there are a lot of people up in arms on both sides. Even Harvey Levin from TMZ, here's a guy way out in left field saying something stinks here.
Yeah, something does. It's the case where the rules just don't seem to apply to a special little group of elite people, especially in the Clinton fold. We're the little people and they're the important people. If this happened to you or me, if this happened to anyone else in government, there would be, hell to pay. But not for the Clintons for some reason.
Now, what can Congress do about it? Because I'm going to just share with you, I got a lot of flack yesterday because I sent out a tweet. I'm not a huge fan of Speaker Paul Ryan, and for many, many reasons. But my concern here is that now you've got Paul Ryan saying, okay, we're going to call the FBI director in, we're going to call him out on the carpet, and we are going to get to the bottom of this. And my concern is, at what point does this turn to make Hillary Clinton and the FBI director look like victims? Because right now, the political narrative seems to be playing right to Donald Trump, and exactly what you're saying, Congressman, that there are the politically connected elite, and then there's the rest of us. But I wonder if that turns, if all of a sudden you open this up to congressional hearings.
Well, first of all, the media will do everything in its power, present company accepted,
Thank you.
to try to make it turn into an inquisition for Hillary Clinton. I mean, Hillary Clinton has been saying that's been her mantra from day one.
Yeah.
She said, can't we just push the reset button? What's all the hype about? What's all the talk about? Can't we just move on? That's the usual Clinton answer anytime they've been found to do something wrong. Hey, that was yesterday, today's today, tomorrow's tomorrow. But you're right. But I think the American public, who is pulling out their hair after seeing what happened, seeing all the inconsistency, seeing all the lies by Hillary Clinton here, and they are that. When she said one thing and the FBI director has now on the record refuted what she said, I think the American public demands some action be taken.
Yeah. What will the practical result of it be?
That's a great question. Probably very little, except that it continues to expose the additional lies. It continues to expose the fact that there are two rules in this country, with one set for the rules, one set for you and me and everybody else.
Yeah. I mean, is there anything? I don't know what's the legal process here. I mean, once you determine, I don't know what more though we're going to find out. I mean, Comey has basically said, look, you lied, and it was reckless. So recklessness, carelessness, lies. What more do you think will be exposed? Do you think there's a question out there that has not been answered, or is this just to say, look, we're going to just hammer this point home and expose this hypocrisy in Washington?
Well, I think there are some questions that have not been answered. As you know, the administration has stonewalled not only this investigation, but just about every investigation that Congress has tried. I serve on financial services. We subpoena the administration. We subpoena the Federal Reserve, for goodness sakes, and they will not answer our subpoenas. And again, if you and I were to not answer a subpoena, we'd be hauled before a court, before a judge, and the judge would impose sanctions. But not with this administration.
It's pretty amazing, isn't it? It's got to be incredibly frustrating for you down in Washington.
It is frustrating, but it's worse than frustrating. It's thwarting the rule of law. We are a nation of laws, not of men. That's what our founders intended. It's more than just frustrating. This is why the American public is so outraged. This is why the opinion of government in Washington, D.C. is so low, because they said, if the IRS can come after me with impunity, what people fear the IRS. If the person running for president of the United States can bring these rules and what have you with impunity, what rights are there for me anyway?
What's the hopes of the rest of us? Well, I'll tell you, Congressman, I really appreciate how you've stepped up on behalf of your constituents and behalf of all of us here in New Jersey, and you're certainly fighting the right fight and speaking the truth, and I appreciate it. I hope we can look back around. I talked to Chris in your office yesterday. I'm hoping that we'll get you in the studio in the next 2 weeks, so we'll talk about that ahead of Okay, it was Congressman Scott Garrett from New Jersey's 5th District. He is, he's a real champion for the little guy, and he gets it. He gets that there's this